Alright guys, I'm here, we're back with more Assassin's Creed Odyssey. We're continuing on with the speedrun, and I just realized I just fucking passed the thing that we were trying to get to. We're gonna start the help a girl quest. Right after this, we'll probably do the, to follow a boat, I think? Or follow that boat, that's what it's called. And then, Port of Lawlessness, I think are the three quests that are associated with the Monger stuff here. So we'll probably finish this all up. Possibly kill the Monger this episode, if not next episode. We'll see.
He was a decent man once, but now he's gone bad.
Should I just skip these? I don't fucking care.
Figure out what's behind the change. What? I'll see what he has to say for himself. If he's not lurking around here, he'll be at his house. I want this. It will.
Yeah, whatever.
People tend to show their true selves to my spear, whether they like.
Okay. Reach the client's home. Fuck, that's far away. It's actually probably in the middle of the city, isn't it? If it is, we'll just fast travel. It is, I think. Where's this? Where's the quest? Okay, it's over there. Yeah, just fast travel here. Okay. Yeah, we're trying to lessen our use of fast travel in this playthrough, compared to the last one, just because obviously we're trying to do things quickly, but with that, I just feel like it's much better just to fast travel. Just because, again, it's a very hilly area. Then we were going downhill, so I guess it's not as bad. But either way. Come on. So this is part 15. This is what I'm assuming is going to end up being the halfway point of the Let's Play. I hope. We'll see. We're like, what, 8 hours, 15 minutes into the Let's Play at this point, which is, to be honest, a bit higher than I would have liked, because that probably means we're going to end up finishing this at around 17 hours or so, which is a bit, like, it's a bit more than I would have liked. But, I mean, if it is that way, then it is. If it is, whatever. You get the point. I mean, if it happens to be that way, then it is what it is. Again, we're doing this as quickly as possible. Like, I'm trying to do this as quickly as possible. Obviously, we're losing time here and there. I mean, like, in an ideal world, this would probably end up being about an hour shorter. Like, we'd be probably about an hour ahead of pace than we are right now, but it is what it is. And also, when the new Game Plus comes out, that will truly show us how long this game actually is.
Cassandra, it's me.
Okay, I don't care. Alright. Like with Assassin's Creed Origins, like, you were playing Assassin's Creed Origins, you're thinking, oh my god, this is a long game. Because again, like, when I did the quote-unquote speed run, it still took me like 13 hours, I believe. Like, it took me 26 parts, so like, yeah, over 13 hours. And it's like, then you play the new Game Plus and you realize, holy shit, the story's like only 6 hours, isn't it? Like, it's a really short fucking game.
What are you doing here? I heard the man is talking about her crazy client earlier, and I wanted to help.
Like, if it wasn't for the grinding and all that stuff, like, again, it's like a 6-hour game.
I know that already.
Like, it's pretty short, and I'm pretty sure it'll be very similar to this game. I think it'll be longer than 6 hours, especially if you do the Isu and the cult storylines as well. Obviously, I think, especially the cult storyline. The cult storyline will take forever. Either way, I mean, like, it still takes a long time no matter what.
Time to act. Listen closely.
Yeah, I don't care.
See what you can find in his house while I distract him. Quiet like a mouse. Good. But if you get caught, run. Right out the door. We'll meet afterwards. Promise? I'm ready. Let's go.
Except for, if I were to guess, I would say the main storyline, the family storyline here, I would say is probably relatively okay, what are we doing? It's like relatively short, maybe like 7 hours. 7-8 hours if you were to speedrun it, like, as a new Game Plus, like, without having to do any side quests or anything, and like being like the same, like being well leveled. Obviously, we're doing a lot of these quests under leveled, so it's like I think that probably ends up being only like a 7 to 8 hour game. I think there's so much filler. There's so much filler in this main story, and that's kind of the issue I have with it. I don't care.
You're meeting someone tonight, aren't you? At Fea's goat farm.
A goat farm? You'll find no goats at Thea's.
Oh,
Wait! Thief!
It's so dumb. Like, that's the difference. Like, really, it's so fucking dumb. Oh, fuck. Okay. Well, I guess we should have actually paid attention then. I didn't realize we were gonna have to kill these guys. Oh, yeah, we have overpower. I keep on forgetting about that. Wow, that did almost nothing now. Okay, fine. That was something. This guy doesn't want to fucking die. Oh, they're gonna turn auto scale. They're gonna turn enemy scaling off too, right? I forgot about that. I think I've heard that. I might be wrong on that, to be honest. Like I haven't seen it since I've said that I've seen it, so I don't know. I might be. What? He didn't die. Fuck. Here we go. Talk to Phoebe. Okay. So that's true, then obviously you'll breeze through the fucking game. Because again, that's what I did with Origins, was turn off auto scaling, played on easy, rush through the new game plus, and that was just so much. Like I find that really fun, just to slaughter through all the like weaker enemies. I feel like that'll be fun in this game too if they do turn off auto scaling.
What does the letter say?
It's mean. It says he'll get hurt if he keeps doing things wrong.
I thought as much.
But we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think this main story like definitely goes down in length, significantly to like 7 to 8 hours. I think like again the Isu storyline doesn't take too long, probably like at most like an hour and a half, probably maybe 2 hours at most. And then and then the cult storyline still takes a while. I think the cult storyline still takes, I don't know, a good chunk of time, to be honest. It's still pretty long. But still, it'll definitely be an interesting playthrough.
Get moving!
Oh, we're supposed to investigate. I'm a fucking idiot. That was dumb. Well, this sucks. Oh my god. Well, these enemies are fucking everything up, aren't they? Again, like, if this was New Game Plus, like, an area like this, we just slaughter our way through these guys. Like, it wouldn't be a problem. But, like, here, we're actually having to take the time to fucking kill these guys. Oof, that was a mistake now. Again, that guy's just so tough. Ah, fuck. Like, why is the random person attacking us? No. And again, we're like almost out of arrows too, so it's like, that's another thing. It's such a pain. Okay.
You'll die for this!
Why are all these guys attacking us? You know what? We gotta lower our notoriety. I do not want to deal with that right now. The fucking bounty hunters attacking us. Okay. Why are all these random people attacking us? Why are there just random people coming up? Oh my god, this is such a fucking clusterfuck. You know what, let's lower our notoriety again. Because again, once it gets to 2, it's like, I don't want to deal with it. How do we get that much money, by the way? How do we have that much money right now? Didn't we spend it all? Like, didn't we only have like 75 bucks or something after the Xenia stuff? It's like, where the fuck do we get all this money from? No. Oh, it's over here. Oh, I'm a fucking idiot. I remember now. This is wasting time. Yeah, we waste a lot of time here. We probably lost a good amount. A good chunk of time that we shouldn't have lost here.
It smells familiar somehow.
Sure. We completed the area at least.
Malaka, what is this? Chains? Oil? This can't be what I think it is.
It probably is.
Gotcha! Alright, you little shit. Who sent you?
This is pretty ridiculous, isn't it?
What are you doing here?
I wanted to help.
Give her here.
Leave, Phoebe, now! Don't take another step.
You're brave coming here. You want a whipping? The monger would love to take you on.
He'd rot in the underworld for that.
Prude, this is Corinthia. Anything goes in this sex and
Prude, yeah, I just realized
the
that.
monger will be satiated.
You're as sick
Oh
as
my God.
he is, worm.
Whether
I
they
don't
like
fucking
it or not,
care.
any victim he likes gets his special treatment. I'll tell him you volunteer.
You'll get my special treatment right now. I'll fucking kill you.
No. Okay. There we go. Okay. So I believe this is the end of the help a girl quest. I believe. I could be wrong, but I believe it is. Isn't Corinth also the city where that cultist clue is here, the one that you have to buy for whatever reason? Which, to be honest, I do like that type of stuff with the cultist system in this game, like where they make the clues like available to find like in different ways, like the one here, or like there's one in like a village, like that I'm talking about, where, or not village, a marketplace where you have to buy it from a seller. There's what the fuck? Yeah, there's one where you either buy it from the seller. There's one where you either find it among the rocks at a shipwreck. Like, I like the ones that they do it like in different ways. There's somewhere you have to do conquest battles, which, to be honest, those are annoying. Because you have to lower, obviously you have to lower the nation power of the countries and then of the nations, and then do the cultist things afterwards. What is that? Oh.
It's all right. You had good intentions.
I thought I could sneak in, like before.
I'm glad you didn't. Especially with what I found there. What happened to you? I just left the monger's sex, Andron, if you can believe it. And it's where you were headed. No, it's true. Your client was being forced to take you there. And we found these.
What does this mean?
It means the monger got to him. He does have his hand in everything.
At least I know how to deal with him now that I know what he's after.
You won't
Fuck, this took a full 15 minutes. This was a big waste of
I
time.
told Cassandra she shouldn't have.
Again, this story just has so much filler in it, though.
Malaka, what a fool he
Like, there's
was.
so much shit in this game's narrative that does not need to be there.
Find that out soon.
Like, I'm trying, like, if you condense this game's story into what needs to be there, it becomes a much, much shorter game. Okay, where the fuck is it? Wasn't there the boat quest? The follow that boat? Wasn't that right nearby? Yeah, there it is. Okay, let's do it. Wait, where is this? Okay, it's over here. Yeah, like the actually I like that. She's just like randomly walking around the thing. Oh no, that's not what I meant to do. I thought that was a billboard. I'm a fucking idiot. It was the guy in front of it. Okay, never mind. Whatever. We'll start this mission. Yeah, if you take out what's let's go through the game and like talk about what's actually necessary here. Like we start the game in Capolonia, obviously. Like again, that first mission's pretty necessary. We meet Marcos, and then there's the mission where we have to save Phoebe. That's completely unnecessary. That could be taken out. Again, there's the again, it's a lot of tutorial stuff. But again, like from a narrative perspective, though, there's no reason for it to be there. It's there for gameplay reasons. Yeah, I mean, really, all that needs to be there from that sequence 1 is Cassandra goes to meet Marcos. Marcos tells him the Cyclops is after him. Cassandra. Oh, you know, El Penor. I forgot the El Penor stuff. That needs to be there, obviously. Oh, follow her. It needs to be there. So El Penor hires her. Doesn't even like again the test of like the test with the shroud and stuff. That doesn't need to be there. Where'd she go? Over here. So yeah, like El Penor goes and hires her. And she needs to find a ship. You have her go after Cyclops, finds the ship with Barnabas, meets him, leaves. That's essentially all that needs to be there. Again, you can cut out that Phoebe quest. You can cut out the like the getting the bow from that woman, whatever her name is. You can cut out the stealing the obsidian eye from the Cyclops' home or whatever for whatever. Again, why is that even there? Again, there's so much shit and like and just in that first sequence that you could just cut out. Then you get to sequence 2 again. Like sequence 2, to be honest, is pretty. From a narrative perspective, it's pretty streamlined. It's pretty much just. Yeah, but the thing is about sequence 2, it's mostly gameplay tutorials. So like it kind of ruins it. But it's like essentially the only narrative in sequence 2 is essentially Cassandra sails for Megaris, gets on the Spartans' good sides and then kills or spares Nikolaos. Which again, I think that's about right narratively. The problem is obviously you're actually doing a lot of shit. Like there's so many there's a tutorial of the ships at the beginning and the recruiting of the people. Like that doesn't need to be there from a narrative perspective. There's and to be honest, this happens in obviously a lot of games, obviously because it is a game, so there needs to be padding in there to fit in tutorials and whatever else. But I feel like with this game though, it's so much more blatant. It's more blatant, and there's also points like later in the game that don't need to be here, like this. So let's take our ship. Actually, I forgot our ship travels here, doesn't it? I forgot about that. Which I forgot that there was a naval mission. See, I guess there's another naval mission in the main story. I forgot about this. Yeah, like sequence 2, like from a narrative perspective, is pretty streamlined. It's like all the gameplay stuff that really like ruins the pacing there. And you get sequence 3, which again I think is about right. I think sequence 3's pacing is about right in terms of. I mean, there's the fake killing of El Penor, like you kill the decoy, like that's like there's no reason that needs to be there from a narrative reason. Like it's fucking dumb. Like, but except for that, I think it's pretty streamlined. Then you get to sequence 4, which is where it goes off the fucking rails. Like sequence 4, sequence 5, sequence 7, all of those are fucking off the rails when it comes to the narrative. Ooh, that did all day. Are we gonna sink it, by the way? Like, it saves time, like, let's ram it. So that we can get more materials from it. So I'm trying to think. Sequence 4, obviously, you start off with the going to the fucking lion statue. That doesn't need to be there. Especially because the end of sequence 3 is them saying like, hey, we should go to Athens, and then it's like Proto saying, no, we should make a detour first. And it's like, why? Did we not get any material from that? That's some bullshit. But yeah, that lion stuff doesn't need to be there. Us going to Andros does not need to be there from a narrative perspective. Again, from a gameplay perspective, yes. From a narrative perspective, no. You arrive in Athens, obviously that stuff needs to be there. Yeah, like essentially it should have just been go straight to Athens which I mean, to be fair, in a narrative, like in the canon, it is that you go straight to Athens, so it makes sense there. But again, within the game, it ruins the pacing.
At ease. We are safe here.
Okay, so this is really quick, actually.
Commander.
And then I'm trying to think. So what's out there? And then you meet Pericles and Cleon, and Pericles gives you all those quests. Those don't need to be there. Like, there's no fucking reason why that needs to be there. It's really just him saying, "Oh, do some stuff for me, and then I'll help you," which is like 90% of this fucking game, especially from this point on. So there's that. So there's the Pericles, yeah, you do all that stuff for Pericles, where you meet Socrates, and you do the fucking Phidias stuff, and whatever. Like, that stuff doesn't need to be there from a narrative perspective. Then you go to Symposium, obviously that needs to be there. The Symposium needs to be there to progress the plot into Corinth and whatever, all these other places.
Ship had to be sunk.
And then...
What do you mean? They had Cleo.
They were too aggressive. They would have sunk me if I didn't sink them.
Oh, yeah, that's something else I didn't know.
How
Like,
am I
I
going to
guess
tell Antusa?
Xenia isn't even in the
Poor
comic.
Cleo.
Isn't in the book. Like, Xenia isn't canon. Like, I mean, like, because her character, like, I guess, I don't know. I forgot the reasoning for it. Like, I think it has something to do with real life things. But, yeah, that part's not canon. And she never goes to Chios, supposedly, from what I understand. Alright, let's do Port of Lawlessness. So, yeah. But, again, like, I feel like the Xenia stuff is pretty pointless, too. Like, once we get here, like, the Sequence 5, like, the Xenia stuff's pretty pointless. You don't really get much from that outside of Myrine being the Phoenix, which, again, you could have gotten elsewhere. Then you got, like, Corinth here. Again, like, I feel like part of it is necessary, but, like, a lot of it is, like, unnecessary here, like, with the, oh, yeah, this is where people complain. Like, someone complained to me here. It's like, oh, you're not playing the game right. You're supposed to be saving these people. It's like, no, I don't give a shit about these people. Why would I save them? It's like why fuck these people. Let's steal this. Is this what I'm supposed to be burning? I don't remember. I'm supposed to be burning something.
No! Damn it! Caught the light. Shit!
Yeah, and this is where I gotta complain. Like, someone saying, oh, you just don't understand the story. Which I found funny. What are we supposed to be burning? I forgot now. It's like the pots, right? No? Is it not? Maybe it's not.
No! Shit! Smother it.
Okay. Yeah, okay. They're down here.
Flames, get out! Out, damn you!
Let's do the last one. There we go. So this is where we meet Broxidus, right? And there's this weird cutscene with the battle. It's so weird. It just feels like it comes out of nowhere. But yeah, I mean, like, again, like, the kiosk stuff, that's all pointless. This in Corinthia, they really could have cut out those two the helper girl and follow that boat. Those could have just been completely gone. There's no reason for those. This mission, I guess you kind of need just for the sake of adding Broxidus to the narrative. But obviously you could just add it in a different way, but whatever, I'm fine. And the Monger stuff obviously is kind of necessary. I mean, it's necessary for the story that they're telling, but like, obviously they could have changed the story entirely, but whatever. I mean, at the end of the day, it is still pointless. But it's like, I guess you need it for the story that you're telling, for that they're telling. Then Arglist stuff, again, a lot of that can be cut down. A lot of the stuff with the priest and getting information from the priest, a lot of that stuff could be cut out. There's no reason for a lot of that stuff. Sequence 6, I think most of that's pretty necessary. I think, and 6 is pretty streamlined anyway. It's like it's only like 30 minutes, so yeah. And then sequence 7 is where there needs a lot of work of streamlining. Obviously, a lot of the stuff with conquering Noxos, or conquering Peros, that's not really necessary. Like, why the fuck is that there outside of gameplay reasons to make the game longer? Like, there's no real narrative reason for that being there. Obviously, I mean, it's so that Mirine can leave her country being safe and stuff. It's like, yeah, that's kind of bullshit. And then, especially because she never goes back, by the way, like, that's the dumb thing, is that she never goes back within the main story. Like she's like, oh my god, I need to keep Noxos safe until I return, and then she never returns, so it's like,
We have that in common.
again, it's pointless.
I saw innocents trapped in the flames.
And then you get the
I
Sparta,
did what I could.
which then you get the Olympic storyline, which is completely useless. Again, no reason for that to exist
My name's
outside of
Cassandra. I
gameplay
thank
reasons.
you
Mind you, it
too.
doesn't exist in the
If I knew
book, so
who you
again,
were.
it's also only there just to add the Olympics to the fucking story. But
You're a spy,
whatever.
too?
The Bodia, whatever, in that area,
I get the sense that's
where
a
you
Corinthian
Stentor
hobby.
and all that stuff. I think
Drusa
that's pretty
has her
necessary.
Adara
I mean, like,
watching
it's
from
relatively
every
necessary.
post.
I think you can cut out a lot of the killing of the commanders and stuff, but like the stuff with Stentor and stuff there, I think that's relatively necessary. That, and also, I do think that obviously the kings, like, I don't have a problem with the kings telling you to do something to prove yourself in that spot. Like, obviously, a lot of this game is doing that, is doing random tasks for people so that they eventually help you out. But I don't mind it with the kings of Sparta, considering obviously your backstory with Sparta. So, like, you having to help out Sparta before they help you, I don't mind
I'm
that.
not surprised.
We arrested his top men, armed the citizens.
But I think that
tried to
obviously
stir
the
the
winning the
bullies
Olympics
against him.
thing is ridiculous.
Never came to
The
be.
Bodio,
The only thing left
helping
to
them win that
try
battle, that makes more
is
sense.
a quick slice of the blade.
And then the stuff with
That would do it.
Lagos is,
Lure him into
I mean,
Corythea's sacred cave,
is it
and it'd be
necessary? I don't
over.
know. It's like, it's kind of, but
By the
kind of
time
not
I
at the same
leave
time.
Corinthia, the Monger
Um,
will be dead.
Do that, and Sparta will be in your debt.
I was Spartan once,
Once?
until I was thrown off Mount Aietos as a child and left for dead.
You're the daughter of General Nikolaos? All of Sparta knows your name. And here you are, alive. Impossible.
I survived. I raised myself alone while life continued.
But yeah, like, you can completely cut out the
being a
Olympic
Spartan.
storyline. You can cut out a
Those
lot
of
of the
good character
Lagos
will
stuff,
forgive
like the first
and
half of
should
it.
be forgiven.
Like, obviously, you still need to take
I'm on
down
the hunt for
Lagos,
my mother,
probably, because
Irene.
obviously he has the information on who the
The
king
only way
is.
is through
But it's like, do we really need that?
Yes,
Not necessarily.
Merini.
Like, I don't think we really need that part of the game. So it's like, either way.
There's no going back.
Then you
now.
get to sequence
This
8.
place can always find a way.
I mean, well, actually,
gods
sequence
have
7
just
ends with the
decided you must
battle.
fight for it.
They couldn't
Battle
make
of
it any
Pylos or
easier.
whatever, which, whatever.
Chin up,
I guess
Spartan.
it's necessary.
Easy
Sequence 8 is
doesn't
the jail
exist.
stuff, which obviously is pretty
Goodbye,
necessary. And then you get to the
We'll
most
meet
useless
again.
part of the entire story. And
I'm
again,
in
the
the fight
worst
with
part of the
you.
entire story is the
Show courage.
random quests you do to discredit Cleon for like no fucking reason towards the end, where you work with Socrates and Alcibiades and all those people to like discredit Cleon for some reason. Like, why? Like, why wouldn't we just kill him? Like, why do we have to discredit him and all that first? It's like, it's pretty ridiculous. And then you get to the fight where you eventually, and then like, once you kill Cleon, like, obviously the last 2 quests there, where you kill Cleon, and then you have the battle with, okay, the game froze. And then you have the battle with, or like the ending with, okay, with Deimos and whatever. Like, that stuff's necessary, obviously. But again, there's just so much filler in this game's narrative. While with like Assassin's Creed Origins, there's filler, but it's not nearly to the extent. Like, I mean, I'm trying to think of Origins. Obviously, Origins, And because the thing about Origins is that a lot of that filler is side stuff. So it's like you can do it or you can't, or you can either choose to do it or you choose not to. Here they're making it mandatory. Like a lot of these random quests that you're doing, these just feel like side quests. For some reason they made it main quests. I just feel that's really strange. Because like with Sequence 1, I mean like with, not Sequence 1, the beginning of Origins, the stuff in Siwa, it's like there's a lot of side quests there that have to do with learning about Medunama and learning about the people around there that will eventually help you out later, but it's like you don't have to do any of that stuff. And same thing with like the stuff in Alexandria with Phanos and whatever. Like there's a lot of things that like it feels like if it was this game, they would have made it my main quest, but they're side quests in Origins, and they should be side quests. Okay, we'll end here. Next episode we'll go ahead and continue on. We'll do Monger Down, but for now, thank you for watching.